Hi, my name is Maricela, and I'm from UT Tyler in the Occupational Therapy program. Today, we're going to talk about Miss Kelley. Underneath this video below in the captions, there will be a link to Miss Kelley's video. Miss Kelley does a great job with her special education kids. She's just really fun, interactive. I feel like her personality does really great with the kids. I love how, like, in the video, they even interview the kids and they talk about how much they love Miss Kelley and like all the things that she does for them. It's a really cute and like a heartfelt video. So let's relate this to occupational therapy and what we think we can add to Miss Kelley's room. So I think by adding like a sensory, like calming corner, a little space, like I'm so big on calming corners. Whenever I was a CODA school, I was an outpatient peds and they didn't have one, and I completely like rearranged a room. Of course, I asked if it was okay, and I established a calming corner. I've seen so many like success stories there. Like when a kid is acting up, very disruptive, they can just go in there, calm down. I even did like a hopscotch to the calming corner, so it was really cool. I'll have to show a video of that later, not now. But so let's talk about the calming corner space. You can put a beanbag in there. You can do little fidget items. You can do like a breathing technique poster. So I think that would be really cool to implement in Miss Kelley's classroom. So by adding like a little bit of OT guidance and techniques in there, I think it will really make Miss Kelley's classroom just so much better. Just so we could reduce that sensory overload that children might have, especially with special education, and just support their overall school academics, just the engagement into the classroom, which she already does a great job. I think we could just make it even better by putting just like an OT flair. So I did find a study, it's evidence-based, it's called Good Behavior Game, and it encourages teamwork and then positive peer reinforcement. And in the study, it showed, the results showed that it would decrease any disruptive behavior and improve overall emotional control. The study was just really cool. It just had like ways of modifying sensory in the classroom. I think that would be a great balance in the classroom, as students will feel more supportive, and it'll just cater to their learning needs. So I want to do a little bit of reflection on her video real quick. Overall, I thought like I said, she did great. I always felt it was really calm. She was really engaging and very well structured. She even had like folders on there where she was like checking of like the things that they did and how well they were doing. I also really liked how Miss Kelley was very interactive. There was a part in the video where it said like Monday through Friday, and they were kind of like all dancing and going with it. I think that's really great for the children for learning, so they don't have to be confined in just sitting at a desk. Now, as far as personal memories I have as a child, I don't really remember transitioning to classrooms, so I can't relate. However, my daughter does not do well with transitions. And we struggle with that in school, and was in kindergarten. She's going to first grade now. But I do feel like with kids, they don't know how to regulate, and they need to understand like how to. And I think like having that calming corner that I suggested, and maybe having more of a structured behavior system, or even like a communication board would be great. And also like what if statements. I think that would be good to incorporate in Miss Kelley's classroom as well. Now, as far as my professional experience, I did work in outpatient peds, and there would be some kids that would have negative behavior, a little bit disruptive at times, it was usually one-on-one. And so at that point, we would sit and we discuss our feelings. So might play a feelings game and have him talk about it. Or sometimes what I would do is like tell him, well, if you do X, we can go on the trampoline. If you do X, we can go crash on the pad and do things like that. And they always loved it. Or if you did this, we could do an obstacle course. So again, like if then scenarios would be great. Now for me, personally, if I was in the classroom and I was like agitated or anything, I think I would just have mindful breathing. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to realize you're with a child. You really just have to make sure you're professional, and it's okay to be frustrated even as adults. And I think you just make sure you have that calm behavior because your kids model your behavior. In conclusion, I think Miss Kelley did a great job. Absolutely nothing wrong. I think she can do even better by adding some occupational therapy approaches. I think we could even further reduce escalation of negative behaviors such as screaming or anything like that by having that calming corner, so that kid can have a way to escape, be able to self-regulate, and then come back to the classroom. Also, that would be great for transitionings. If kids did have issues on that calming corner would again be available. As long as you have a safe, well-regulated environment, then it will help not only the teacher, but the kids, and overall just the academic learning. And it'll make sure that everybody can cope under pressure, whether it's the teacher or the children.